That's wrong.
Showing on the hubs.
Oh, happy Dyno.
We'll get this off here and we'll get the big girl on.
So I was just having a look at the car and have a look at the paint coming off the muffler. So all that was all black before, and you can see the paint is peeled off the muffler. Must have gotten pretty hot. Alright guys, good morning. So today we've got cruising around in the city. We've got the Dyno, so we're going to head down to the Dyno and whack CUDDLES on. And at 4 PM today we have the street drags. So we're just getting set up for that now. We've gone ahead and done a little bit of weight reduction. Rowan here's gone, man, there's no way that you could cruise around in the city with mufflers. So I mean, who was I to disagree? So we're gonna load it back up on the trailer. I'm gonna pass you the phone so you can record it coming up. We just pulled the exhaust off and it's kind of a blessing in disguise. I know we were doing it just to kind of have a bit of a laugh and make the car really loud, but we actually found something wrong with the car as we were doing it. I only just sort of found it then. The transmission extension housing that we fixed, the exact same problem has reoccurred somewhere yesterday. It's probably in the burnouts, I'm guessing, but I don't know. The brass bush has come out of the extension housing and is now sort of halfway up the yoke. Also, that coming out this time has pushed the seal out. So there's a seal and then there's the brass bush, and the bush has pushed on the seal and it's just all sort of popped out. And the only reason I noticed it was that there is transmission fluid on the trailer, and I was going, nah, that it wasn't leaking this morning, so I think it could have only just happened. Fuck, I don't know, but so anyway, no use crying about it. Rowan is training to be a mechanic anyway, so he's got nothing better to do. I've got nothing better to do. We're gonna fix it here. We're gonna back the car off the trailer about halfway. We're gonna get up under it. We're going to take the extension housing off and we're going to beat the bush back in as best we can with a rubber mallet and a block of wood. We're going to do the same with the seal, refit it, and then we're going to go city cruising. And if it does it again, I'll just pull it out again and put it back in, because there's no way I'm going to let it sideline us today. We have to get this thing fixed, purely for the fact that we've got 400 litres of fuel, that if the car doesn't work, we're not going to fucking burn it. So it needs to happen. So we are down at a transmission shop. I've got a number off someone. This guy's opened up his shop on a Saturday. He's come down and he's working on the rear housing. So what we've got is the tail shaft, or the rear housing bush has walked backwards. It's pushed the seal out and it's leaking transmission fluid everywhere. The yoke's intact, but we just need a new seal. He's fitting a new seal and bush to it right now. I'm just so thankful that it means we can chuck it back in the car and get back out cruising. We've got to figure out what's actually causing it to push out, but for now, you know, we're just going to go out there and hopefully it doesn't happen again, and we'll see how we go. But It's so awesome. We're in a shop in the middle of Rocky. It was 5 minutes down the road. I actually couldn't get the Hilux started on the way. So I got in the car, I was rushing down, and the Hilux wouldn't start, so we had to jump start the Hilux. Man, it's just been an ordeal, but I'm so thankful that I'm getting it sorted. All right, so we are done. Sorry, this is gonna be a bit weird. I'll be talking to a fucking camera. We just got a brand new bushing and seal kit. Total Car Maintenance in Rocky just absolutely hooked me up. A bloke named Mick, he sorted us out. He's put a brand new bush and seal on my extension housing, and he's put a bigger, like a longer sort of bush in it. It's got about twice the surface area, so that's going to give us an even better chance of not walking this one out. And man, so we're going to head back to the camp now. We're going to reinstall this, and we're going to take Cuddles out for a street cruise in the city. No mufflers. It's going to be awesome. Massive shout out to those guys who come in on a Saturday. I paid him a bit extra because I was like, man, I just really appreciate the effort that he went to. It was just so quick. We come down here, it's about 5 minutes away from the camp, and it's just sorted us right out. So loving it. We'll head back to camp now and we'll get this thing installed and we'll get into the city.
What's going on, dude?
Battery's flat.
Ah,
Just one thing after another, eh?
yeah. Oh, well, look, there'll be plenty of...
Firstly, big shout out to this bloke here, Rowan. He's just camping up there. He's just a spectator, just a kid. With all the dramas that we had today, he did probably 80-90% of the work in actually getting this car back and running. So just massive thanks to you, bro. Like, he just did it. Like, I didn't even need to ask. He was like, I love this. I love doing this stuff. We're in the rain. It's just terrible conditions. He's in there. Like, look how dirty he is, and I'm, you know. So anyway, car's Mickey Mouse. What we ended up having to do, I've already explained, but we went to the trans shop and got it all fixed up. So what we're going to go do now is we're going to drive into the city. We've got the dyno that we can go on anytime between 10 and 4. I think it's about 11:30 now or so. We've got the street drags at 4. See how the weather holds out for that. And we've got city cruising. So you've heard it, no pipes. We're going to be cruising the streets of Rockhampton with hopefully one of the loudest cars there, just to take the piss. Just to give you guys some good content, and we'll show you some of the reactions, which I reckon are going to be the best thing. But yeah, nah, we're back on the road. We've got a new bushing for that output shaft, extension housing, and we're good to go. So let's go do that.
So what's happening, bro?
Little bit unfortunate. We look to have blown the alternator, and the reason I know that is because the voltmeter, normally when the car's on, it's charging at 14.4 or whatever, and it was sitting on 11.6, which is basically we're just running off the battery at that point. I noticed that we were just about in the city for the cruise, and I noticed the voltage was below 12. So look, we probably could have run it on the battery in the city, but I'm sure most of you would agree, not a good idea, because you know it runs out of battery and then you can't even start it. So without turning the car off or anything, we turned back around, we loaded it back up onto the trailer, and our next mission is to try and find a replacement alternator. So we'll check the basic stuff, but all the connections look good. All the bolts look like they were done up, and the connections that I'd made, they look good. So we'll check that, and we'll go from there. Cuddles has a broken alternator. We get an alternator from Burson's, and we fit it.
Well, I just got the boys some healthy options for lunch. Some salads and fruit and stuff like that. So, how's it going, boys?
It's going alright. It's going alright.
Hey.
We had to rewire the plugs because the plugs on the alternator are different.
Alright.
It's got the late model plug, whereas Burson's didn't have any of those ones. So we got the early model LS alternator.
Yep.
Are you still going on that bolt?
Shut up! Don't talk.
Mate, it's hard to find good help.
Oh, well, what do I have to talk to people like you?
So we're just refitting. I had to re-terminate these two
Yep.
cables. We should be good to go here in a few seconds.
Okay, we're just outside Burson's, just in case we need to go and get any more parts. So here we all are. Two other cars
Tell me that's
kind of rocked up here. So this is a couple of mean-looking cars here, you know. That one's got bloody wide drag wheels on it. Look at that, man. And another Commodore with twin 4-barrel carburetors. So party time, yeah. She's a little beauty. Love it.
All right, bloody lack of footage again. Apologies for that. So we just fitted a new alternator to Cuddles. So we tested it, it's charging now, it's at 14 volts. So now we can go back to the trailer area. We can go back to the trailer area and unload and go for a bit of a city cruise, like a street cruise in the car. So Dad's went and got a bit of lunch and stuff, so we'll eat that along the way, and some water and stuff, because it's hard out here. There's no, you know, we don't have the esky with us this time, so it's just a logistical nightmare. So it's really good to have some support with you when you're doing this stuff, and it's just makes sort of my job a lot easier and everything a lot easier. So yeah, really good. I got a massive headache, so we'll have to go try and find some earplugs because it's very loud. But yeah, let's go and do this.
stuff with Katie, mate. I'll come back and catch up with you.
No worries.
Got any earplugs, mate?
Drag radials on, we don't want to tear them up on him, so
That's wrong.
throw him on the hubs.
Happy Dyno.
We'll get this off here and we'll get the big girl on.
There's no way.
Take us a little while to set it up and we just got it all out.
That says 460
Give her a crack. Dano's still
That's all right.
at the wheels.
His boost limit.
That's
So
okay.
they just,
What's the matter with that?
hopefully they
Last time
That's
you got
not-
it done, you might have had a slippage.
That was crazy.
Not on these runs, but
But I mean, he didn't even take it to the rev limiter.
No.
And I mean, it started to pick up at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't floor it.
That's incredible. Right, so we're down at the dyno. I have no idea what's going on, but somehow the car's just made 460 horsepower at the hubs, and I don't know if I trust that, to be quite honest. That seems a little bit high, but I don't know what to think. The first run it made 423, and I reckon that's more accurate, but I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe, yeah, I don't trust it. We'll say 420 at the wheels, but it sounded tough. We got some good video of it, so we'll get that all collated and uploaded for you guys tonight. What next? We're gonna go cruise around and piss some people off on the street. Yeah. All right, let's do that. No, he couldn't come up, man. Trailer. Yeah, he couldn't make it up.
on YouTube.
Alright, so that next run I still left on the 3 grand 2-step limiter, but I only left it about half throttle. I think it's still spun, so it still gave us a better ET, so we ended up with 7.97 at 97.2 mile an hour. Sorry, this is hard to steer. So that's a better result than last time, and I think I'm gonna even try. I'm gonna actually try launching in 2nd gear this time. I'm gonna see what that does, because it's maybe won't hit the tire so hard, and maybe we can get a bit better result from that. Guys, this is what the lineup looks like. So this is the staging area. We got those 2 pair in front of us. We got old mate Media Man here. I'm going to record him. Nah. And this is basically where, like, around the corner is the start line. So we got a couple of cars that are ahead of these 2. And yeah, big pub on the corner. We've got people up there. And there's people just lining. People essentially lining both sides of the streets, watching us go. So yeah, sorry I can't really get any in-car footage. So I can't really get any in-car footage. There's a pretty slippery track out there, and I'm sort of driving this thing. I probably can't do it one-handed. I'll freaking crash. So we can get hopefully we get some good footage from the start line, and we'll be Mickey Mouse. So. Anyway, we're gonna race this bloke this time, and I think it's gonna be chop suey, mate. Just between you and me. I don't know. See how we go. Could be quick. Never know. Works out though. I think he got that one.
I think you got it, yeah.
Well, that ended up way better than I expected. So every run we've got better. Woohoo! So the time we got for this run was 7:70 at 99.8 mile an hour. So it's getting a lot better. Just got this gnarly corner coming up. The old manual steering does me no favours. But yeah, that was launching in 2nd gear, and it spun a little bit, but man, I was able to floor it a lot sooner than I was with the trans brake in 1st gear. So that's definitely a better. I'm definitely going to go with that approach from now on, because 770 is pretty good, especially considering the first run we used we went 880 or something. 830, I can't remember what it is. Anyway, yeah, so definitely going to launch in 2nd gear and try that again, try and do a little bit better. We shall see. Run number 4 coming up. 4th and final run. This is qualifying drag racing. So it's not just go drag racing, you're actually qualifying. So good thing I've been trying to go faster. So we're sitting at 770. I don't know how we're going to go, but next up we're racing this F6 Typhoon here. and he's going to get the chop. Alright, so here we got the 4 time slips from the drags that we were just in. So I've got them in chronological order, so every time I was in the left lane. So the first run was an 8.22 at 96.5 mile an hour. Now that was the first run, a lot of wheel spin off the line, 60 foot was 2.2. We move over here, in the second run, I left with a little, like a bit less, still left I think on the trans brake, but it was just a little less throttle, so it's got a bit better off the line. So it's gone a 218 60 foot. We've ended up with 97.2 mile an hour and 797 for an ET. And then the third run, which was our best run of the day, we had a 211 60 foot, which I reckon was about as quick as we could have gone on that surface without a bit more tuning. So I actually forgot my laptop, so I couldn't adjust any of the stuff that I wanted to adjust. So that was the second gear leave, and that's what got us the improvement. Have a look at the mile an hour too, 99.8 mile an hour. Yeah, really did well that run. And then this one here, so we actually ended with exactly the same mile an hour on this run, and a 212 60 foot. Yeah, 99.78, so identical mile an hour for the 2 runs, and finished with a 771 with a 6 for the 4th run. So I'm not sure where that leaves us in terms of the actual standings of the race, like whether or not we've qualified for the finals or any of that. I'm not sure how it all works, so we'll just wait and see. Obviously I won't be able to give you guys an update until tomorrow, because that's when all the finals are. So that includes the burnouts. The dyno obviously like doesn't have finals or anything, it's just, it is what it is. So we've done our run for the dyno. But yeah, if we're in the burnout finals, we've got one last set, wherever they are. There's one there, and there's one there. They're Dyno's rims and tires, so cheers bro. We'll be using those in the finals if we make it. And same with the drags, so if we make it to the finals in the drags, then we'll be invited down. I think we get a text message, so we'll be invited back into the city to do that. But otherwise, tomorrow is just 100% cruising. So we still have, man, I bought too much methanol, I think. I guess with all the breakdowns and stuff that we had this morning, we weren't out cruising as much as I thought we would be today. But you get that. So I'd rather have too much than not enough. So yeah, we just got to burn all that. So I don't know, we'll just find a way, eh, Dad? Sort it out. So it's got a brand new alternator in it. That's Mickey Mouse. We had a look after the drags. I had a look underneath the back of the transmission, and the transmission that Mick, his name is, sorted out for me, like you would have seen earlier in the video, is holding up perfectly. So it's no leaks. There's nothing dodgy going on there. It looks like the tail housing is holding up for now, so that's really good news, and it means we're ready to go for tomorrow. So do have to put a bit of fuel in it, but that's it. And I'll probably top off the oil and that sort of thing, just a bit collected in the catch can and stuff from what we were doing today. So yeah, but otherwise we're good to go. So I'll sign off there. Thanks so much for all your support, guys. There's been so many, man, there's been people on the side of the roads. I see you, and people are calling out Cuddles, and it's just kind of crazy. It's just kind of blowing up. Like, people really love the plates for whatever reason. I guess it's just a bit different. But thanks so much for all your support, and everyone that lines the streets and all that. It's like, it really just, that's, you know, why we love to get out and do this stuff, because you guys are on the side of the roads looking, and we love to sort of give you guys a good time and show you, like, you know, cruise around and just have a good time. I don't know, I'm waffling a bit. But yeah, we we really do appreciate it. You know, all the attention and stuff, all the people that come up and say g'day, and it's just awesome. To all the new subscribers, we're only going building this car more and more. This is just the beginning, so it's just a very basic setup, and we are going to continue developing the car to be better and better every time, and give you guys something new to look at. So this event, you know, even if tomorrow, if it rains or whatever, I think I've done the best job that I possibly could, and I'm really happy with how it went, and I'm just stoked that I'm able to share it with you guys, and you know, all my mates and stuff that are all cheering me on, and it's just so great. So thanks for all the support, guys. You guys are awesome. We're going to have some dinner. I'm going to edit this video, and we'll catch you tomorrow.